This is my last video of 2018, and we're going to end it by looking at some of the most surprising movies for me in 2018. Hey, I'm Amy, and welcome back. Again, same outfit, same tee, and it's the same video that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. The third week, it's the last one of the series. It's gonna be chill. It's gonna be some of my most surprising movies that were You can tell that I have filmed 2 of these in a row already. One of them was very long, one of them was pretty short. This one might be a pretty short one as well, but I'm a little befuddled right now. Befuddled. See, I don't even know what I'm doing right now, okay? I didn't just get back from work. I spent all day at work, and now I'm recording some videos with you guys. I probably should refresh my tea because it's getting a little cold, but I'm sitting here, too hard to get up. So I want to take a look back at some of the video or some of the movies. Jeez Louise. This is going to be a fun video. I'm going to take a look back at some of the movies that most surprised me in 2018. None of these movies hit my most anticipated list, either in the most anticipated movies, the honorable mentions, or the ones that I know I'm going to be excited for. And that is mainly the reason why these are my most surprising movies, because I didn't even think about them being anything. I didn't think about like that. I did not even some of them I didn't even know were coming out, and some of them I just wrote them off as being dumb movies. I didn't even care. And I'm gonna kick it off with my 2 honorable mentions, and there are 2 that I didn't think I would like at all, or I didn't even want to see in the first place. Well, the first one is one that I wanted to see, but when I did a trailer reaction to it, a lot of people told me, this movie isn't for you, because I was not a huge fan of the Transformers movie. But this movie was made for someone like me. This movie was basically a movie made for me, pretty much. It is Bumblebee. I absolutely loved Bumblebee. It was so much fun. It didn't make my top list because after watching the trailer, I knew I was probably going to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it about as much as I thought I would. It was so much fun. Hailee Steinfeld was great. Bumblebee is just adorable, and it definitely felt like the 80s movie that I wanted it to be, and it definitely felt so much better than any Michael Bay Transformers movie ever could have been. And my next runner-up is one I didn't even plan on going to see until I saw the trailer for it. The only good part of Venom, so you will probably know if you have been watching the series, the only good part of Venom for me was watching the Into the Spider-Verse trailer, because that is what made me want to go see that movie, because I was like, anything is better than Venom right now. But it also looked amazing. And I told my friend who was like obsessed with this trailer, he said, you really need to watch this trailer, you will like it. And I'm not like the most massive Spider-Man fan to begin with. I'm like, it's okay. And if you listen to my podcast where I talked about Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, I really did not like that Spider-Man movie. I loved Homecoming, and The Amazing Spider-Man was just okay. Wasn't a huge fan of the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, and I haven't seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but my friend was like, you're gonna like it, and I had not even planned on going to see it until seeing this trailer, and now I don't hear the end of it from any of my friends who were like, we knew you would like this movie. So there we go. It was a surprising movie for me in 2018. Now to start my countdown, my top 5. My number 5 is one that it's only on here because I was like, this movie could be super bad, but it could also be amazing. It is A Simple Favor, and there were so many twists and turns in this movie that I was shocked, and I was laughing, and I was crying a little bit, and Paul Feig did an amazing job of making this thriller into a comedy, and also making this comedy into a thriller. And I loved Blake Lively, and I loved Anna Kendrick. Their chemistry together was great. So good, so good. Now my number 4 is one, it's kind of a surprise for me as well, and I wouldn't necessarily say that it is a good movie. I am putting it on here because it's a little complicated. Let me get a little bit more comfortable here. My foot is kind of falling asleep. I have been a student of film for a while now. And if you are a student of film, you know some of the worst movies in the world. One of them is a certain movie called The Room. No, I'm not talking about Room. I'm talking about The Room with Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero. They recently came out with a two-part, yes, they did 2 parts of this one movie called Best Friends with the R in parentheses. I did not like part 1 at all. I really hated it. It felt like it was going nowhere, but part 2 was surprisingly really great. Like, I have this movie pre-ordered already, both of them together in one Blu-ray, but it comes out, or I don't remember when this video is coming out, but I may already have them, so you may see this in my January haul. But yeah, Best Friends Part 2 was surprisingly good. Like, not amazing, again. Like, I'm only adding it to my collection because I love Tommy, and he's an insane person. I don't love him in that way, but I love the fact that he is just an insane person, and he really leans into his now infamous personality that it's not even really probably his real personality. It's just something that he's kind of morphed himself into, and it's great, and he really leans into it on this movie. And if you have not seen Best Friends, it was a 2-night Fathom event for both ones. Each one had its own, so it was technically a 4-night Fathom event between the 2 of them, and thankfully I got to see both of them. But yeah, if you get the chance, I would definitely check at least, well, you may want to watch both of them, even though the entirety of the first 20 minutes of Best Friends Part 2 really gives you the lowdown on what happens in Part 1. You will still, you'll get the gist of it, so definitely check that one out. My number 3 is one that was not a 2018 movie, again, just like one of my honorable mentions in my least favorite movies, but it was one I saw in early 2018, is Greatest Showman. I am not a fan of musicals. I talk a little bit about this with Mary Poppins in my top 5 favorites, and actually with my Anna and the Apocalypse video. I am not a huge fan of musicals. There are very few musicals that I actually enjoy, but I was surprised to find out that the parts of The Greatest Showman that I actually liked were the musical parts. I did not like the acting parts. I wanted it to just be the singing parts. Hugh Jackman is a surprisingly decent singer, especially if you compare him to Russell Crowe and Les Mis. But I liked a lot of it, but it was surprising that I enjoyed myself. It wasn't a movie that I probably will watch a lot or much ever again, but it was surprising to me that I enjoyed it. My number 2 most surprising movie of 2018 is a horror movie, and it was one that I thought would be really bad, but I actually really enjoyed myself, and I cannot wait for it to come out on Blu-ray so I can actually get it, is Hellfest. It is a it's not like a dumb bad movie, but it's not like a perfect movie. There are some flaws to it, but I had a lot of fun watching it in the theaters. It's a kind of predictable in a way, but at the same time it's not. It's very strange, but I really, really enjoyed it. I cannot wait to watch it again, and it'll probably be a Halloween movie staple for me in this year and in the future. And my number 1 most surprising movie of 2018 was Game Night. Yes, Game Night. I could put Cock Blockers on here, but I did not see that movie because I know a lot of people have been saying that one is really great. But Game Night I had just written off as I thought it was going to be one of those stereotypical comedy movies that Jason Bateman is in, or like a stereotypical Melissa McCarthy comedy movie. But I heard a lot of people were saying that it was really funny, it was really great, and it was surprising them. I went to go see it, and I was blown away. The cinematography, the editing, some stylistic choices that they made in this movie to make it look like a game was amazing. And Jesse Plemons is probably, like, I love Jesse Plemons in most any role he has ever been in, especially his crazy psychopath character in Breaking Bad, but he's probably the best part for me in this movie. And Rachel McAdams was really great. I'm surprised at how funny she was in this. And I mean, Jason Bateman was himself, but he was still really great. And everything about this movie really surprised me. And I'm surprised at myself for not having bought this movie on Blu-ray yet, or at least gone and like rented it on digital to see it again, because I actually really, really enjoyed myself and would really want to watch it again because it was a lot of fun. So those are, I still have tea left. I'm getting a little distracted now too at the end of this, but those were my favorite, I already did my favorite movies of 2018. Those were my most surprising movies of 2018. Let me know your most surprising movies. What movies surprised you the most in 2018? And I can promise you that this is the end of me looking back at 2018. I just wanted to take the entire month of January to look back and celebrate some of the best and the worst and the most surprising movies of 2018. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really truly do appreciate every single one of you. Let me know who you are in the comments down below, and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I love talking about movies, TV shows, filmmaking, film history, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!